So the question is today, is Meghan Markle still a duchess? Yes, she remains the Duchess of Sussex. Now, why doesn't she look like a duchess? Why doesn't she feel like a duchess? I think, for one, she was a working royal for less than 2 years. Okay? I mean,
That's a very short time. Meghan spent less time as a full-time working royal than some people spend waiting for a custom sectional to arrive. In the whole eating thing, the tongue comes out before the bite arrives. And they're big bites, separate from the tongue issues, the size of the bite. She frequently seems to take the full, demonstrative mouthful. I mean, this matters. As ever is not selling food alone, it is selling a manner of living. The aspiration is the premium. When the person selling the aspiration looks uncomfortable, the product begins to feel like shit. Her clothes often do not sit correctly. She has worn some excellent, sharp suits, enter this image here, but for the most part, her clothes just do not sit well, and I'm trying to understand this inconsistency. This is a wealthy woman with access to designers, fittings, stylists, and presumably electricity. And forget the sweat stains, we all sweat, but it's not that she's not allowed sweat glands, but if you know you're attending an outdoor event, standing on a stage hugging strangers, you know, breathable linen exists, underarm shields exist, pattern exists, darker fabric exists, backup garments exist, entire royal households exist largely to anticipate that a human body might become inconvenient at 2:15 p.m. And not to mention, the clothes frequently arrive wrinkled, dragging. Mistake is a form of value. The more the audience sees the kitchen, the garden, the family, I mean barely if you count the back of their heads, the gift basket, the handwritten note signed, Your Royal Highness, the less room remains for projection. Royalty is largely projection. Call Me Meghan and By Meghan, Duchess of Sussex are both operating in tandem. In July 2026, during Meghan Markle's much-discussed appearance on MasterChef Australia, a judge asked whether she should call her Duchess, and Meghan reportedly answered, "Oh, call me Meghan." But the official As Ever website presents the brand as Ever by Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. There it is. The entire identity problem in 2 browser tabs. In person, call me Maggie, but in commerce, please include the dukedom. The title does work, the royal duties no longer do. She often looks socially uncomfortable, and I think she knows it. This is another reason Meghan rarely reads as naturally Duchess-like to me. She often looks socially awkward in public situations that require her to project complete ease. Watch the hands, or the claw that's known in royal circles. To my eye, she frequently needs something to hold because an object gives the body a job. A clutch, a glass, a folder, a microphone, Harry's arm. Anything that converts the question, where do I put myself? There is something almost sad about it. The shoulders set, the smile brightens, the chin lifts. Then the hands begin looking for an assignment. In the room, then a woman determined to convince the room before it reaches its own conclusion. And this is where the internet's favorite diagnosis becomes too crude to be useful. People often talk about narcissism as though it means loving yourself without interruption and processing no awareness of how you look to other people. But psychology's not that tidy. Research distinguishes grandiose and vulnerable dimensions. Narcissism. Vulnerable features can include insecurity, hypersensitivity, shame, self-consciousness, and social defensiveness. My theory, and I'm not diagnosing Meghan, and this does not establish that Meghan is a narcissist. My theory is that Meghan's confidence has deteriorated under years of scrutiny, a failed recess, and increasingly skeptical rooms. She still knows how confidence is supposed to look, so she performs the outline. Broad smile, deliberate posture, enthusiastic greeting, visible warmth. But the effort sometimes shows through the costume. A traditional royal does not need to appear relaxed because the institution supplies belonging before the person enters, and Meghan left that institution and now has to generate the authority herself at every appearance. When the self-generated confidence flickers, there is no palace architecture behind it. Only the handbag, the husband, and the next carefully rehearsed gesture.